As if on cue, fall is upon us. Hey, it's Care. Welcome to my take at the lake. Gonna work in my little round journal today. Very excited. I have to confess, I did a couple of pages without ya, and I quite like how it turned out. It's, I believe, either the summer words kit or June. I think it's summer. The smell of rain in the air. We were having some really good rainstorms. And I just threw a little bit of watercolor on there in stormy colors. Took a couple layers to get where I wanted it. And then I'm in the mood for simple zen, not a whole lot of layers. Just real easy peasy, simple stuff right now. I don't know what's up with that exactly, but I'm going with it. But just the watercolor and the little words weren't quite enough. So I got out my glossy accents. And I made raindrops. First I made it kind of sleeting diagonally down that way. And then I put some, I don't know if you can see it, but in the water, it's kind of swirly as if the rain is hitting the water. And I let that dry. And then I came back later and I put in raindrops, shapes. So that would give it some depth. And then added some more swirlies in the water part of it. I just really like how it turned out. I'm very happy with, I love glossy accents. Ooh, shiny, just makes me happy. And then another one, another very simple, this was from the June or summer words, I'm not sure. I glued my words onto a thick clothing tag just to give it a tiny bit of dimension away from the base. Tiny bit of watercolor, got out my masking fluid and I masked out the moon, and then I painted the dark blue on and spattered some water on it so it would give it some depth and dimension as well. That's these lighter spots that you see. It's just spattering of water. When that was completely dry on its own, I put another layer of, it's probably ultramarine deep is what I usually lean toward, with probably a tiny bit of purple in it. When that was completely dry, I pulled the masking fluid off, did a layer of yellow and watercolor, but then got out my watercolor pencils and just put a tiny little bit, because the other night there was just a gorgeous crescent moon in a deep black sky, and I swear I could see pink and orange along the side of the moon. So that's what I tried to recreate here. When they go quiet, that's it for summer. No more Indian summers, no more summer nights. It's time for fall and winter. The little stars are just silver, Uniball, Signo, jelly, but in silver. So that was fun. So today I'm going to do just a fall something or other. Something fall themed. This is my limited palette. I don't want to get everything out and just make a big huge mess. I get a little thing out and make a teeny little mess instead. That's what I do. These I painted some paper a while back. Some book pages. I just threw some watercolor on them, and then got my big old leaf punch out and punched just a whole bunch of leaves. I even did some moose, and they're so cute. Oh, I crumpled him. Look how cute. He's so cute. But I'm not doing moose today. I'm doing leaves today. I have a lot of projects going on today. Might as well start another one. When I work in watercolor, I like to work wet into wet. Since these are the ones I'm going to use, they have a lot of orange and yellows in them. Fall colors, don't you know? This one's got a little bit of red. I want the background to complement them. So I'm going to go with a bluish teal, more blue than teal. Remember, with watercolor, it always dries back about 20% from where it starts. So if it looks a little bright to you, know that it'll dry back. I had to keep in mind we're where top is so that things lay right. I'm just, I guess, going with blue rather than teal, although it's never too late to put a little bit of something else in there. Peacock. We'll throw in a little peacock for some interest. Why not? You know that fall color sky? There's no other blue like an autumn blue sky. It's pretty crazy. I don't know if you can see it, but it's drying back and there's a lot of purple in this blue. I think that's why I like it so much, is because it's so cool. It's such a cool blue. Key to a nice cloud is twist that Kleenex a little bit to round out those clouds. What I'm doing is re-wetting that paint before it dries completely and getting more of that white of the paper back, making those billowy clouds just a wee bit brighter. When you have good watercolor paper, you can manipulate it like that. If I was working with crappy watercolor paper, I'd have nothing but balls and pill, and you could probably see the workspace beneath it because you can't work it too much. It just won't take it. The water and the scrubbing, it just won't take it. So good paper is your best friend when you're trying to learn to do watercolor, for sure. Put it on, take it off. Put it on, take it off. Hey, bud. Hey, bud. Hi, bud. Careful. Hi. I'm gonna pull something out of the Fall Words kit. But what? Not Halloween. I don't want black and white. I want one of these with color. While these little leaves are still sort of wet, I want to make sure to drop a little bit of water drops on them to get that mottled effect that I like so much. Timing is everything. If it's too wet, it'll just lay there and do nothing. Just like salt is all a matter of timing and chemical makeup. Some colors salt doesn't do anything for because the salt doesn't react with the chemicals in the pigment, or the paint, I should say. Sometimes it works beautifully, other times not so much. And it's all a matter of timing. If you put it on too wet, the salt just melts. If you put it on too dry, it just sits there and does nothing. So that is a matter of practice and trial and error. But once you get it, then you get it. And then you don't have to worry about working it out anymore. We'll let this dry. We'll be back. I finished it. I took bloody forever, as my grandma would say. I fiddle farted around with it for the rest of the night because I just couldn't figure out how I wanted what I wanted. And so I didn't. I just kind of winged it. The leaves have dimension because there's another leaf underneath, and I put some metallic gold paint around the second leaf and in the veins of the top leaves. And I also did a tiny bit of the Stabilo pen shadowing around. I may do that with the words too, with the word placards. And then the little shiny bits are these that I got at Meijer a while back. Autumn leaves don't fall, they fly. I should have thought of that when I made the kit, but I wanted fly to look different. They fly. And I may put swirl marks around it with a fine black fine liner to indicate movement. perhaps. I don't know. So maybe it's not done. I don't think any of these things are ever done. But I like the dimension of it. I like that the leaves are going to stick out a little bit because they're beyond the edge. So now I have 3 done. 3 in my little... Put it in. I really like these rings. It makes things easy to get in and out. Let's see, how is this going to go? I'll probably rearrange them all when they're all done anyway, so I don't know why I took such pains to get them right, as if they were going to stay that way. I wonder about me sometimes, I really do. Those leaves, oh, that's perfect. Those are going to have to stay together because we're coming into fall. November rains mixed with the fall leaves. I think that's I love that, how it worked out. Didn't plan it. That's the best stuff sometimes. So there's my 3. I have it hanging right next to me, so it's out all the time. And if I want, I can just grab it and do a quick page. Ha! These little ones. Carrie makes it look very easy, and perhaps for her it is, but for me, they've been tricky, and that's all right. A challenge is good once in a while. So, but I like the way it looks. I like having it out, so it's just gonna hang around and remind me to be creative a little bit every day. So that's that. Yay! You have a lovely, lovely crafty day. I'm gonna clean up this mess and get on to something new. Go love up your beastlies. Enjoy whatever weather you have. Ma take it to the lake. Out for now.